Hi, and welcome to MenuTail. Today, we will go over the feature of creating the new redesigned FDA-compliant nutrition facts label. If your company makes more than 10 million in sales, your deadline is in 2018. But if you make less than 10 million, your deadline is in 2019. Now let's create a recipe for walnut cookies. As you can see here, we have a recipe, but it's broken down in grams. One of the first things you have to do is make sure that your recipe is in metric format. The first thing we do is click Create Nutrition Label. Here, we enter the name, walnut cookies, and next we enter the single serving weight. Before you do this, we need to click on Rack Helper. Rack stands for Reference Amount Customarily Consumed or 1 serving size. The FDA is updating the serving size of certain food products, so before you do your formulation, you want to double check your serving sizes. In the regulatory eCFR link, you see a table here, and these are the table of the food products and the new reference amounts. What we provide is an easy to use search interface. So since we're making walnut cookies, we can search for the term cookies. And you see here, cookies are 30 grams and the label statement needs to be blank pieces. Going back to the formulation, we enter 30 in the single serving weight. And for total food weight, since we have 24 cookies, we multiply this by 24 to get 720. This may seem odd to enter this in the beginning of the formulation, but we will explain why later on. Now click Next to continue. In the second step, you will see a regulation check of all rules passing. There are some scenarios that gets flagged, but we will continue this workflow since everything is okay. In the ingredient step, we're going to enter our formulation. When you enter the formulation, you type in the ingredient, and what happens is it drops down. With that, you can enter a quantity in weight, or you can enter it in grams. What we're going to do is go enter in grams and continue entering the rest of the formulation. We have 24 cookies in our formulation, so we type in 24. We scroll down and click Save. You get a chance to double check our ingredients, so scan the list. If everything looks good, click Next. Now on this page is the allergen statement and review. For the allergens, for each ingredient, we mark things which are common, which are like egg, nuts, and flour. But what you need to do is double check each line item and mark anything as appropriate. Second, the FDA added new regulations on added sugars. We've done the same thing and we've marked things which are added sugars, but be sure to check each line item and check anything which is considered an added sugar. On the bottom, we have the ingredient list. This goes below the label. Under the single serving description, we put in 1 piece because that's what the new rack has defined. And in servings per container, we write in 24 because there are 24 cookies in our package. Just go all the way down and click Next. In the final review, you can check all your work, and if everything looks good, click Generate Label. On the download page, you can download your label in various PDF formats. Here, we're going to take a look at the vertical label. Now this is a PDF of the new vertical label format. You'll notice that the calories is bigger, the design is slightly different, and there is an added sugars line as well as new micronutrient disclosures. In the other vertical format, which is called Simplified, some line items are removed if the nutrients are considered insignificant. For the next label, long tab format, it's similar to the other one except it's in a tabular format. And the short tab label is similar to that one except it's in the shorter format, good for smaller packages. The linear label is good for the smallest type of package. You'll notice that it's text only. The tab Full Nutrition Profile is a review of all the work that you've done. And Troubleshoot is if you are having some troubles with some of the nutrients. For example, if you see the calories in your label being kind of high, you will see a breakdown of every ingredient and the calories and the nutrients for each, so you can kind of see the breakdown of everything that's going on. Now that completes the standard way of creating a nutrition facts label. Now let's go through the workflow of creating a dual column label. We can click Edit and unlock the formulation. Now, what we're going to do is instead of 24 cookies, let's say we have 3 cookies. So 30 times 3 is 90. We can change this to 90 and click Next. As you see here, you will see that a regulation check gets flagged that this is a dual column label. We explain why, and the reason is the serving size ratio is greater than 200% and less than equal to 300%. In this situation, you have 2 options. You can choose to reformulate your recipe, or you can proceed forward with workflow, which is going to proceed forward. Continuing through the wizard, our ingredients are the same, so we're just going to keep going. we still have 24 servings in this formulation. For the allergen statement, everything still stays the same. The only difference here is the servings per container is now 3. In the final review, everything still looks good, so we can click Generate Label. On the download page, you will notice that the dual column is different where there's only a vertical and a tabular. So let's take a look at the vertical. On the vertical page, you can see that the label now has changed to per serving and per container here. Taking a look at the tabular, it is similar except it's much wider. This is why in the wizard you are asked about your total package size in the first step, so we can easily find out if you are eligible for a dual column label. Now there's one more workflow that we're going to go over. We can click Edit, we can click Unlock, and on here instead of 3 cookies, we're going to say we only have 2 cookies, so we're going to change this to 60. You notice here that a regulation checkout flag that this label serving size will be rounded up. It's because the serving size ratio is less than or equal to 200%. You have 2 options. You can choose to reformulate or you can move forward, and we're going to move forward. The only thing different here is we're going to click Add Formula, and we're going to change the number of servings to 12 because the serving size is now 60. We're going to go over here. Everything looks pretty good here. And for the serving size description, it's now going to be 2 pieces, and it's going to be 1 serving per container. Now clicking on Final Review, everything looks good, so we can click Generate Label. And you'll notice that we have all the options available to download the label again. If we take a look at one of the vertical labels, we see now here that the calories has gone up. Now this is a concern if you have a package that is a serving size ratio of 200% or less, because what's going to happen is the overall calories in your package is going to go up because the serving size has gone up. If you have any other questions about this, on our website we have a PDF that you can download about all of the changes, as well as a blog describing everything. And lastly, you always can contact us at contact@menutail.com. Thanks for watching.